One Pride, what's going on? It's your boy, T. Back at it again with another episode of Talking with T. Let's get into it. Let's get after it, man. On this channel, we talk about Detroit sports and we chase down the best version of ourselves. If that interests you, do me a favor and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and get in the algorithm. And I really appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to rock with me, T. So let's dive right into the video. Today we're going over reacting to the Lions loss. It's not even going to be a reaction to the game. It's more of a rant about where the Detroit Lions are at right now. I am extremely disappointed with this coaching staff. I'm not disappointed in Brad Holmes. I'll get into that in a minute. But Dan Campbell's decision making is terrible. And everyone's like, you got to give him time. You got to give him time. You got to give him time. We are in these football games to win games. And his decision making keeps costing us games. I understand we don't have the talent as other teams, but when we're in football games and you have a young team, let's put them in the right position to win football games. And he's not doing that. So what makes you think when we get the talent here that he's going to make those right decisions to win us football games? I don't have the faith in him to do that. He's an awesome person, great motivator, but he's not a very good head football coach, man. He's not. He's made bonehead decisions, and this is where I started to lose faith yesterday. With 2 minutes left before halftime, the Cowboys are running down. Our defense is playing very good compared to how they've been playing all season. We forced a turnover. We had 3 timeouts. I understand we're deep in our own territory, but there's still close to 2 minutes left before halftime. You had 3 timeouts. We're up 6-3. We're getting the ball at a half. Why are you not trying to go put your foot on their throat? Go score some points, and then out of halftime, go score some more points. Then you're putting this game out of reach. That's a decision you got to start being more comfortable with, and that just goes to show me you're not very confident in your offense. Yeah, granted, we're banged up. We don't have DeAndre Swift. We don't have Amon-Ra St. Brown, but we didn't have those players when we played Seattle a couple weeks ago, and we put up 45 points on the board. What's going on? One side of the ball shows up, one side of the ball doesn't show up. You're coming out of a bye week, and that's the best you can put out. The defense played out of their mind. Jeff Okudah had 15 tackles yesterday. He was saving long home run runs yesterday. Jeff Okudah played like the 3rd overall pick. I'm very pumped with how Jeff Okudah played. I'm very pumped with how Aiden Hutchinson and Josh Paschal played. That was Josh Paschal's debut, and he was already making an impact. And those, for the players that are saying that Brad Holmes can't draft, he's got talent up and down. All of his drafts so far have produced talent for this team. And Dan Campbell continues to put this team in bad positions, man. Why? His decision making is terrible. Why? And then I understand he was short before that fumble that Jamal Williams had, right? But why aren't you trying to challenge it? Try everything. You're on the road. The refs are already against us. And anyone that says the refs were not rooting for the Cowboys yesterday is crazy, man. Even when Trayvon Diggs picked that ball off, I'm not even blaming it on the refs. This is all totally on Dan Campbell yesterday. But the refs didn't help. Trayvon Diggs dropped that interception yesterday. It hits the ground. They don't even go to review that. It just goes. And then one of my friends that I work with, or used to work with, is a big Chicago Bears fan, but he just currently moved to Michigan, so he just gets to watch the Lions all the time, right? He's like, I've never watched the Lions so much this year, and he's like, why didn't they review that? I texted him, it's the Lions. No one cares about us. We're constantly playing the refs. We constantly are. And you know what's funny? I read Dan Campbell's lips too. Jamal Williams picked up a first down, and then after we picked up the first down, after Jamal Williams was on the field, they threw the flag and called holding. And Dan Campbell asked the referee, he was like, why did you throw the flag after we picked up the first down? I read his lips. You can go back and look at that. I guarantee you that's what he said. And it's so true. Every time the Lions seem to go get a momentum breaker, the ref was like, we can't allow that to happen. I guarantee you, Jerry Jones paid the refs yesterday and be like, if you guys make us lose to the Detroit Lions, I don't know what. Jerry Jones is like, got top tier voices in the NFL. I guarantee you, man. I just can't stand playing the Cowboys. I can't stand losing to the Cowboys. And when you have a 6-3 lead at halftime and you get the ball out of half, you can't afford to turn the ball over 4 times. And Dan Campbell throw his headset. We got down to the 1 yard line. Challenge that. I guarantee you, if you challenge that, we don't fumble that, you get yourself another opportunity to draw something up. It's just so disappointing, man. Like, it's like, I would throw a challenge flag here. Oh, let's do the complete opposite. But shout out to the defense yesterday, man. You guys been playing like shit all year. And yesterday you come out and you play decent enough to win a football game. But your offense doesn't show up. And this just goes on to this just falls on the coaching. I'm so done with Dan Campbell, and we're gonna somehow keep him this year. And there's gonna be some very good up-and-coming head coaches that the Lions could snag, but we're not going to. DeMeco Ryans with the 49ers. I know they gave up a lot to Kansas City yesterday. He's gonna be a hell of a coach. Mike Tomlin could get fired from Pittsburgh if they keep losing, and we're just gonna keep Dan Campbell because he's turning the culture around. What is good is the culture here if we're not winning games? I understand the players love to play for him. I understand all that. Fans like him. I like Dan Campbell as a person, but he's not a very good football coach. Go get us somewhere that knows how to manage a game, knows somewhat about defense, and knows somewhat about offense, man, and get us a good staff in here. Look at New York. The Giants weren't supposed to be good at all this year, right? They're 6-1. They're supposed to be in the position that the Lions are in. And they got one of the best offensive coordinators as their head coach last year, and they're now 6-1. Lions need someone like that. They got to get an up-and-coming coordinator to be their head coach if the Lions want to take that next step. Because you have the talent here. You're in position to win football games. I don't want to hear we're still rebuilding. You're in position to win football games. Start winning them. It's your boy T, signing out. I'll see you guys in the next video.